hot damn. So, here we are, Pile Drivers.
Episode 1, roughly, maybe.
Episode 1, hopefully. Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
This is a dream and a hope.
Dream and hope.
Dream and a hope. like our piles.
Like our piles. That's what it took to get them running to begin with, you know?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
It's worth it, though.
Mm-hmm. So, I'm Kalen.
I'm Ian.
And here we are.
Here we are. Pile drivers.
Mm-hmm.
And no regrets, you know. Everyone told me I shouldn't do it, and it's been one of the best decisions I've ever made.
I feel like the energy behind somebody telling you that is a financial mistake is a massive driving factor into ownership of an older liability of a vehicle.
Basically.
Absolutely nothing strikes a smile on my face blowing past some 2020 325i going 100 miles an hour in a rusty shitbox, just cruising.
Blowing smoke out the tailpipe the whole way.
You want to let them know where you are. Oh my god. But yeah, it's that satisfaction of overcoming what you know deep down you shouldn't have done.
Yes, it's the wrong decision.
What every outside source has told you is wrong.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And still deciding, you know what? I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the heart of it all. It's just knowing in your heart that it's wrong, but it feels right. So you go for it, you know?
Oh no, absolutely. I mean, I think there's a lot of things that, you know, somebody was all like, "Oh no." And it turned out to be an oh yes. So anyways, and then yeah, and then what the best part about being down the rabbit hole is definitely got to be the community of all of the sick sociopaths also indulge in shitbox ownership.
Oh yeah, we're all in the shit together. You know, we've all embraced the shit together.
Oh man,
and it brings us closer.
It does
so
bring
much
us
closer. You know,
the ideology of owning the old car, of embracing the old car.
Yes,
you know. And then everybody's got the same old car persona, you know? And it's this huge, you know, it's an octopus body that goes down.
Right.
Right. And each little tentacle on this giant octopus body, you know, you have your own derivative of, like, what do you want to do with it? You know, you could be old Americana, you know, old European, old Japanese, you know. You could be old British car, which I'm putting in its own category because, man,
something else.
Some of the most fun I've ever had in a car, and this is a fact, has definitely got to be me in a 1964 MG, right? Very nice. Somebody spent a lot of money on a restoration on this thing. I'm going about 45 miles an hour, and the thing feels like it's falling apart. Oh, what God. A thrill. Yeah. And I'm like, man, that thing runs like shit. And he's like, nah, that runs great. What are you talking about? I'm like, whoa.
Asterisk for an MG. It runs great.
But that brings us closer as a community.
Yes, totally. Totally. Yeah, I mean, and I think one of my favorite parts about it is, like, just laughing at how shitty the cars are sometimes. You know?
Yeah.
Like making a joke out of it and being lighthearted with it. Like, you, I think, are one of the best examples of that with your car.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Just blah, blah, you know? Yes. Sorry, a little too excited. Blowing out the audio here.
It's my car on an oil backfire.
You know? And it's like, you own the shittiness of the car. And you make it cool.
Absolutely.
You know?
Well, because there's absolutely no point in not having fun with the ownership, right? if you're not having fun with it,
Yeah.
there's no point to it.
Yeah.
You
And I think that's the difference between someone who drives cars like these versus the majority of people is like a car is a tool, you know?
It's a washing machine.
Yeah, pretty much. You know, it's an appliance. It's something that gets them from A to B, and it serves a utility, and that's that.
They don't even check their oil to 30,000 miles.
Yeah.
You know?
Most of them don't even know how to change a tire. You know? You know? Like, one of the things that blows my mind is there's so many people that I know that are like, yeah, I had to call AAA to change my tire.
But
Yeah.
I want to make sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Everybody should know how to change a tire.
Totally.
Everybody should. There is a certain level of autonomy.
Yeah.
That somebody needs to have with car ownership.
Right.
And I mean, yeah, everybody's got like run flats now, you know, and it's like, I'm not trying to get too heavy right now, you know,
yes, of
but
course.
if you are deep in the shit,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and you got to get out of there, you got to know what you can and cannot do.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
If you see the genie lamp, you know, lovely little oil pressure light go like this, and then next thing you know, you're like, okay, turn the car off, pull over, you got to wait, you know.
Yeah.
And then some people got to know, like, oh, it's probably just like 3 quarts low. And then, you know,
Yeah.
if I was going up a hill in one of my old truck, you know, oil pressure light came on. I'm like, okay, how steep's the hill? It needs either 2 quarts or 3.
A great calculation method there.
I got pretty good at
Yeah.
it. It was also the time I found out that a 35% grade and a quarter tank of gas do not mix
Oh.
in a
yes.
1-ton pickup.
Yeah. What a great time to learn that lesson.
At 3 o'clock in the morning,
Oh.
about 3 miles from
beautiful.
home, no cell reception. You got to hoof it, grab 2 gallons of gas, and man, I really wasn't sure if 2 gallons of gas was going to be enough to get that thing to drive again.
Wishful thinking, you know.
I almost, if, man, power steering.
Oh.
I wish I had power steering,
Yeah.
actually. In my daily driver, I wish I had power steering.
Yes, I got some in here.
Oh, yeah, you filthy whore.
Yeah, you know it.
Oh, my God.
It's funny because I wanted to convert to manual, but that's
The manual rack is slower.
I know that. Yeah, that's what I heard as well. So decided not to do it, even though it doesn't leak, which is also really nice.
Oh, no, it still can leak.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
We're not getting into that right now.
no, we're not. No, we're not.
We're not getting into that.
No.
But the theory is
Yes.
anything on a car can leak. Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, you learn that with these cars.
My rusty BMW leaks body panels.
I've seen it. I can see the road through the back of your car.
Hey. I had this. I took my coworker. We were doing a race up in Buttonwillow.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, fun place.
We were leaving work, San Diego, at about 3 o'clock, which is
AM or PM?
PM.
Okay.
Probably the worst time.
Yes.
But that was the soonest we could both get off work. And we were going up to a race. And next thing you know, we got this horrible harmonic buzz. Right about 37 to 4,500. Right?
Right.
Just the worst. I mean, the whole body of the car just like could not.
Oh, that's
And my
awful.
car's already loud because, you know, no carpet, no nada.
Hole in the floor.
Whoa. How many holes in the floor are we talking? I don't even want to count.
Yeah.
Fred Flintstone.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's how that one seat got the nickname Sketchy Seat.
Yeah, don't doubt it, man.
It's halfway bulged to the floor.
Brings a whole new meaning to flying by the seat of your pants.
And anyways, we're cruising. We're probably about 45 minutes into this drive up, which Google had told me that it is going to take me 8 hours to get to Buttonwillow Raceway.
Right.
And I said, no.
7 hours.
I was like, I can bring that down to 5. Watch me.
Oh, okay.
So I made a massive detour.
Yes.
Instead of going up the coast.
Okay.
At a very nice cruising speed.
Mm-hmm.
And next thing you know, cruising along the highway, you know, and it's just ping.
No.
And it stopped. And I was like, whoa.
Oh, that's so bad.
There's nobody on the road, believe it or not, because, you know, my special detour.
Yes.
And it wasn't a dirt patch, but there wasn't anybody else on the road.
Was it even a road?
It was a road.
Yeah, okay.
And it could have been an exhaust hanger that was bolted to the body.
Okay.
Which I had found out I apparently don't need.
Oh. Lovely.
Yeah. Old German car, over-engineering at its finest.
Yes.
Car didn't need it. Ejected.
Yep. It knew what it needed, and it didn't need that.
Mm-hmm. Of all the things. And that's when I knew I loved my car.
Yeah.
It also was probably his girlfriend's comment on our way back.
Yeah.
After 6 hours of Los Angeles Sunday afternoon, you know, on the 5 the entire way. And you want to know what she said when you got back? You smell like a grease boy, a grease pit. You smell like everything that is an auto mechanic. And he's like, well, have you smelled his car?
Were you touched by that statement?
I felt honored.
Yeah, I
felt honored. Because I've grown immune at this point. I need to be reminded.
Yeah, I learned very quickly that your car was quite an aromatic experience.
Yes. Oh, man. Oh, man. So, yeah. So, I don't know. It's definitely like a sense of community. And especially what's also somewhere between humbling, infuriating.
Yes. Oh, so infuriating.
Has definitely got to be the minor inconvenience that you neglect because it is minor.
Right.
And then you also realize that fixing said minor inconvenience turned out to be either incredibly cheap or incredibly easy to remedy.
Yes.
And I'm talking about a fix, or I'm talking about a repair, not a fix, you know?
Right.
Like permanent, not a problem no more.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That is the worst.
It is the worst.
That is so bad. But I mean, it's par for the course, you know? If there's anything I've learned is these cars are always going to throw you a curveball.
But the curveballs are fun.
Yeah, to an extent. I mean, in the moment, sometimes no.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, when it takes you, 3 weeks to get your master cylinder?
Oh, gosh. I don't want to talk about that. Because there's a different...
You poor soul.
There's a different generation between 30-year-old car problems and 50-year-old car problems. And they're similar. They're... You know, corporate wants you to find the difference between these two pictures to the average consumer. They're the same picture.
Yes.
But you get down into the rabbit hole, right?
Right.
And I really want to touch on this really quick. Is going in the rabbit hole, right? Especially on an old pile like this, right? Is on an old, you know, everything. There is a certain degree of which you take your first jump.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You take your first jump.
Your first foray into the world.
And you know nothing.
Yes.
And it's terrifying.
Right.
You're like, oh my God, I'm so overwhelmed.
Right.
And you start hearing all those voices. They get louder and louder.
Why did you do this?
Why did you do this?
You
and
made
then
a terrible decision.
And you're fucking falling down this rabbit hole because some people.
It's a dark place.
So if you
fall
in and you can still see light, you can still get out, right?
Yeah.
But
Totally.
if you choose to go a little bit deeper, in the rabbit hole, then there's something intoxicating about it because you start getting a little bit spooked out because you got other mole people down there, you know, and you keep tumbling, you tumble, and sometimes that hole's shorter for other people. Yeah. Sometimes it's longer. Yeah. But eventually you reach this huge cavern underground and you fucking see all the mole people. all the mole people, and you're like, holy shit balls, like, what are you guys doing down here? Like,
How long have you been down here? Do you even know what year it is?
No, they don't.
They don't. They definitely don't.
They haven't seen the light in a long time. You get used to the darkness.
Yeah.
Oh my god, and then it becomes super awesome because you meet your couple little mole people on the tumble down.
Mm-hmm.
That's when the fun starts.
Yeah.
That's when the fun starts.
Yeah.
The first baby step, right? Terrifying.
Yeah.
Right after that,
Yeah.
intoxicating.
Oh yeah.
And you can't get enough.
Totally.
Next thing you know, you're on Craigslist looking for $500 cars all day. You're like, hey,
Every day you're checking, just like, what's up?
Yeah, it doesn't look that bad.
Yeah. Justifying with yourself.
Based off of your previous non-financially
savvy investments. Oh man.
it just
but it's not an investment financially, it's an investment in the soul.
if you look at it like a financial investment,
Yep.
you're fucked.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Totally.
Invest
Completely.
it in something fun.
Yes, totally. Well, I mean, I think it comes back to that whole thing of like people earning all this money and never doing anything meaningful with it, or like spending money on things that actually bring value to their life. And for me, this car was one of those things of like, you know, I want to make that investment to be in that community, meet those people, those mole people, you know, and just see where that takes me, you know. And it's been a wild ride, man.
Oh man,
it's been so rewarding.
Oh yeah, no, it's fucking the proud sense of ownership that comes with it as well.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Totally.
You know, and there's certainly sometimes the luxury of having your shitbox on a jack stand for 2 years.
Yeah.
You know. And then it drives out under its own power. And it's awesome. It's the fastest thing you've ever driven.
Right. Best car in the world.
And that's, you know, it's intoxicating.
Yeah. Yeah. Completely.
Absolutely.
It's funny too, like so many people that I've met since I've taken my foray into this world, down the rabbit hole, they all share the same mentality of like, yeah, I know it's bad for me, but it feels so right.
Oh, it does. Oh, it does.
You know? No regrets.
No raggarts.
No regrets. I met a guy who bought like a cheap 911. He's like, yeah, man, like I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
That doesn't
with it.
exist.
Yeah. Oh, well, some people still find them sometimes.
No, that's a lie.
Well, yeah, you buy it cheap, but fixing it's gonna cost you.
You're gonna sit here and lie to my face.
A cheap Porsche is the most expensive one.
Wrong. Just depends on how much you care.
Yeah, that's fair.
Chevy V6 fits in the back of one of those really good. Really
yeah.
good.
Oh yeah.
Bolts right up too. With a little bit of cutting and welding.
Oh yeah. But that'd be sacrilegious.
You still care?
I guess the care kind of has to go away with owning one of these cars. You know, you just kind of got to roll with it
to a degree.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I mean, obviously you want it to be good, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, whatever it takes to make it just that much better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My buddy coined the term dejunctified.
Dejunctified.
He's like, every time you put your hands on your car after you pop the hood, you need to make it a little bit less shitty.
Yeah.
A little bit less of a pile.
One thing every day.
One thing every day.
It can be as simple as coloring in where the interior is starting to tear. You just take a Sharpie and make it black again.
Look at that, perfect.
It looks great.
Some guy's going to be like, oh, you need to get that professionally recovered. Professionally. You know, I know a guy. He's incredibly inexpensive for the work. $1,400 a seat. And I'm like... Shit, man, I'm like $35 for brake pads might cost. Shit, they stop, right? Like, good?
They stop real good.
It's not good.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. I mean, I think you gotta understand there's going to be compromise with a car like this, you know?
I mean, I think every single person who owns something of questionable value.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
Questionable value could walk into the car with an unlimited budget. You
Yes.
know, and
Yes.
I certainly I applaud that.
Yeah.
I absolutely do. I really, really have an appreciation for cars that, have lots of value to them.
Yes.
For one reason or another.
Right.
And either it has had what's referred to as the open checkbook restoration.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
The open checkbook restoration.
Yeah. No expense spared.
I think I fall under I think my other buddy, I don't know if he coined it, he came up with it. It's the restore as you go philosophy.
Oh, yes.
Right? Which
Yes.
is fantastic, right?
Yes.
Fantastic. And some people, oh gosh. My mom also had an old BMW.
Mm-hmm.
And that was my main fighting reason of why I needed an old BMW. Is
Yeah.
because she told me, do not buy one. And obviously what you want to do is you want to...
Stick it to him.
I
buy
want
one.
I want an old BMW.
Yeah.
This is one fateful day on Craigslist. Call up Dad and just like, hey, you ever heard of this thing called a BMW 2002? And I remember the words quite well. Oh, buddy, let me tell ya. And so here I am.
Yes. Yes.
Forewarning and also hopefully exciting a couple individuals that any project is a project and just have fun with it.
Yes. Yes.
Because if you're not having fun, it's not worth your time.
Yeah. Oh, no. Not at all. Well, I think, and these cars are one of the best ways to have fun with a project. Mm-hmm. It's one of like the most engaging projects you can do. Mm-hmm. You know, just like you get to drive it, you get to enjoy it, you get to feel it, and even if it's a car that wasn't running when you got it, getting it running, even driving it 10 feet.
Mine ran when I bought it.
Yeah.
It did not drive though.
Oh.
It was
Interesting.
like I felt like those 3 words on the Craigslist ad weren't present when I bought my first old car.
Ran when parked?
No. Oh. Runs and drives.
You just had runs.
Runs well.
Ah, yes.
It's if you think about it, the man did not lie, and I applaud him for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Runs well.
Yeah.
Did not. I just needed that third word. Runs and drives.
Yeah.
Runs and drives.
So
no.
Close. So close.
So close. And I just next thing you know, he lived at the top of a hill, so I managed to idle it because it idled perfect.
Oh,
right?
Yeah, right.
Idled perfect. I idled it.
Right.
It was also I knew how to drive stick before, but he had assembled it himself, right? And
the transmission?
No. It wasn't even the transmission. The shifter link, which was very, very floppy.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And I managed to first gear it to the Sherman-Williams parking lot.
Yes.
Which I proceeded to fabricate a throttle cable that I had brought for a bicycle.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Or it was a brake cable for a bike, but
Yeah.
I made it a throttle cable.
Right.
There was a piece of plate in the back, little tiny, 3/4 of an inch by about 4 inches long.
Plate as in like
just a little piece of bar stock.
Okay.
And drilled 2 holes through it. Put the cable on, hooked it up to the gas pedal. I had a running and driving car in about 2 hours after about 3 guys from the paint store came in and said, "You can't work on your car here." And I said, "I broke down, man."
What do you want me to do?
What do you want me to do?
What I can do.
I could have taken the tow truck back, but no.
No, you gotta hang your head in shame if you do that. You gotta
Drove it back all 4 hours.
Oh wow.
Overheated twice.
Oh well, as
You
long
live
as
and
you
you learn.
don't blow a head gasket.
Oh no! I put an engine in it about 3 months later, but it was perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was exactly what I needed. It was my introduction to. Oh man, I should have. I should have listened to all those little voices.
See, I didn't have that because everyone told me getting this car would be the worst decision ever, and I had a buddy that came to drive it back with me from like Texas to California. And he was like, we're gonna break down like at least 3 or 4 times on the way. Didn't break down once. Made it all the way back safe and sound. Car did great, you know. And it was like, it reassured my confidence in this car, you know. I was like, you know, I take care of you, you take care of me.
I love that
thing, you know.
I love that,
you know.
It was proper communication.
Yes,
proper communication.
Yes.
Oh man. Oh, my old little liability.
You gotta love it.
Oh yeah. What you walk out to the car in the morning.
Yep.
You got to get to work.
Yep.
You're like, is it gonna start? And you're like, oh, it went a little bit too fast this time. Something's not right. Or it takes an extra crank too long, and you're thankful you had a little tiny adrenaline spike that just makes you feel warm and fuzzy, and you're like, ooh, we're gonna have a spicy drive to work. I'll deal with you later.
Oh, those are always the most interesting mornings.
Well, absolutely. And you got to get it back home.
Yeah.
Because that's the safest place for your car.
Yeah,
back home.
Something.
All right. But yeah. Well, shit. I don't know. I just definitely feel like, you know. Yeah. Cars and alcohol. Why do they go so well together? They shouldn't.
It goes back to why we drive piles, man. We know we're not supposed to, but it feels so right.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. But I mean, what have you learned driving a pile?
I don't know. There's gonna be people that go, wow, really? And then there's going to be plenty of people that go like, yes, go, yes, yes. And that's, I want to hang out with the people that go, yes.
Totally.
And the guy who's like, no, he's not fun.
It weeds people out really quickly.
It does.
It does. No, I mean, I will say all the people that are like, that I've met through the community are all super cool people.
We're all trying to have a fun time.
Yeah.
That's it.
Honestly. I mean, and that's like, I think also what binds us all together is like, it's the same mentality with like doing it even though it feels wrong, or like we know it's wrong, you know, it's just like, we know we're going to get more life out of it, you know?
When I got to crash your 944 drive,
Yeah.
there was not a single person that was all like, what is he doing here?
Yeah.
They're like, yo, you're going to send it? Like,
in this thing?
in this
Get it! You know it's going to rain, right? You're like, yeah.
I was like, I got fresh wipers. Just for vacation.
Don't mind the holes. It's fine.
The holes are in the back. I don't get wet up front. Like the windows go most of the way up.
Yeah.
I just gotta push it up a little bit with the hands, you know.
Get the real seal on it.
And then once it goes all the way up, it's fine.
Yeah, we're good.
I just can't roll it down again. Otherwise, I gotta do it one more time. But it's great. It's great. It's great.
It's a great
I'm not
thing.
spending $300 on new window regulators.
No,
That's horrible.
You don't need it to drive fast.
Excuse me?
You don't need new window regulators to drive fast.
That's my boy.
That's not affecting your canyon runs. Like, come on.
Windows down most of the time. What you want? I'm trying to push all the smoke back.
Yeah. Try not to pass out at the wheel from the fumes.
That's what the holes in the back are for. It's for ventilation. It's like a canard or a nacaduct.
Arrow. You ever heard of it?
The things that I have genuinely tried to do on it that were just fun, right?
Right.
Like I was trying to make a flat bottom for the whole car out of aluminum.
Nice.
I thought it'd be awesome.
Yeah.
And then I ran into multiple issues.
Oh. Par for the course.
Yeah, so anyways, I just didn't do it. But I tried, and it was fun, and that's the important part.
Yeah, I'm sure you learned many things in the attempt to do it as well.
Oh, well, I mean...
Valuable lessons.
Yes.
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 Humbled you a lot, I'm sure.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, you know, it says 1 hour online, but really, you know, deep down, it's going to take 3 hours to do.
Well, shit. I don't know anybody else who put a flat bottom on an O2 before.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's where all the engine cooling goes. It's down. Did you know that? And then when you block it off, the car wants to overheat.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like you learned that the hard way.
Might have. Also, it's great. You put a flat bottom on your car. Mm-hmm. It doesn't leak oil.
Oh, yeah.
And then you take it down and you get oil all over you. I know. Tragedy.
That is a little bit of a tragedy.
And then you're like, why is it leaking oil from, like, the tailpipe? Because I park uphill in my driveway, and the next thing you know, it all rolls at the back. Oh, yeah, that was learning experience.
Oh, yes.
Learning experience.
Makes you appreciate the car more.
After you deal with the overheating issue.
Yes.
By drilling holes in your flat bottom.
Yes. Effectively rendering it useless. But you still have the cool factor. You know, you can point it out. It's like, I got a flat bottom. There's some holes in it, but it's fine.
Yeah, of course. Oh, man.
Because race car.
Because race car. I tried saying that to somebody who genuinely races, you know.
Oh.
You know, and they were like, it's not a race car. And I'm like, race car inspired. And there's absolutely, let me tell you, no cosmetic enhancements, so it's definitely not riced out.
Yep.
But I do want hood louvers. I think that'd be sick.
Dude, I want hood louvers too.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's sick.
Dude, with the wide fenders on this thing, I'm thinking GT3 RS in style, you know, hood louvers on this thing. But then you have the peers that are like, no, don't do that. It'll look terrible. And it's like, no.
You're like, no, but it go be sick, bruh.
It'll be sick, bruh.
It go be sick, bruh.
Trust my dog.
Shabra. California life's gotten to me, man.
Oh, it's gotten to me hardcore.
Yeah, it is. Say Shaka?
Shaka, dog.
Oh, my Lord. But car culture, California, that's next level.
Great. The only thing that's frustrating is how limiting California actually is as a state on car culture.
Whoa. We're not trying to call anybody out. Our local state representatives. If only the smog law moved up, you know, about another 10 years.
Yep.
We'd be having a great time.
Grand old time.
No.
All I know is that in Texas, if your car is older than 25 years old, you're free and clear to do
That's
whatever.
how it was.
Yep.
That's how it was in California up until, well, 2000.
I think California is anti-pile.
You know, now that you say it, I think they are.
You know?
And that's a true. There are, you know, there are some cars out there that aren't roadworthy. And I have to somewhat agree with the state. Mm-hmm. To an extent. To an extent. You know, and that's why I'm for plenty of individuals who want a hydrogen-powered car, hybrid, you know,
electric.
yada, yada. Yeah, electric. I'm for it, you know?
Totally.
But no, not for me. Not my cup of tea.
Me either. Yeah. I know. I see people that are electric swapping things like 911s and 912s.
I'm about it.
Yeah, I think it's
about
cool.
it.
I think it's a cool concept. I just maybe if it was a second one, you know, I'm not gonna. If I have one 911, I'm not gonna electric swap it.
Well, how are you gonna get up to Sacramento for that car show tomorrow? You better leave yesterday. Go charge it.
Yeah, I know exactly. Yeah. And that's the other problem. It's just there's no infrastructure there.
There is no infrastructure.
You know?
Massive problem.
Yeah, but I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm all for it. It just needs.
I'm for it.
Yeah.
If it's in around town, if it's the exciting car to go get groceries, I'm about it.
Yeah.
And I don't want to take that away from anybody.
Yeah. Maybe
somebody loves hearing an electric motor spool up, and they just want to hear tires, and they don't like engine noise. Right?
Super thrilling.
Yeah. One of the individuals that came in, who has an old air-cooled Porsche, apparently hates the smell of burning oil, and that's not somebody who should drive an old Porsche.
No, not at all. That's the last car you should be driving.
And it's got a case leak too, on top of valve covers. So, anyways, I guess who's got to split a case next week?
I'll pray for you to the automotive gods.
Please don't. I'm gone.
You were gone when it was authorized.
I was gone when I stepped foot in my second old BMW. They said, we tried to teach you a lesson.
That was 6 cars ago.
Fuck. Oh, man. One of the cars that I almost purchased was a 1972 Austin Mini, right? Full paperwork, engine rebuild, new clutch, transmission resealed, new synchros in it, right? 5Gs.
Wow.
I know, right?
Sounds beautiful.
Yeah.
Too good to be true almost.
It was from a friend,
Okay.
and I brought it to my other friend who's a hardcore body guy, has been for like the last 60 years.
Wow.
You know?
Okay.
And anyways, he was looking at the car. He's like, hey, yeah, the mechanicals are sorted, as they should be, which I appreciate. Now, earlier I was scared. I should not have been. Let's just say that he's like, reached underneath the car and pulled off a nice chunk of the rocker panel. Yeah, that's a walk away. Yeah. It was really fun, though, man. Let me tell you. It was right-hand drive. It was everything that I wanted. And a little tiny Mini Cooper. Austin Mini.
Sounds lovely.
Austin Mini. Man, it was lovely. It was bright orange.
I guess the question is, like, at what point do you walk away from a pile? At what point is a pile too much of a pile?
When I don't got a place to put it.
The only constraint.
My only constraint, man.
The price is right, I'm taking it home.
Price is right, place to put it. That's that's the two things, you know?
Yep.
And I will never sit there and even walk up to a car where the price isn't right, quite honestly. Yeah. And I think that's what drives the overall... That is our drive.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
Is the community, the car, and the extension of your persona.
Yeah.
You know?
Totally.
Because... Sure, I'd love a 1962 Ford Thunderbird.
Right.
Right? But man, if it doesn't have a good level of patina and doesn't leak a little bit, I'm not about it.
If it's just not the right amount of bad.
If it's not the right amount of bad.
Yeah, I don't care for it.
Like,
totally.
And then, you know, and there's this running joke that I've been portraying for a while at this point, right? And it is, people pay more for patina, right?
Yeah.
And not about it.
Yeah.
I know it's my own self-inflicted joke, you know,
right?
But
yeah,
no, it's become.
When you say pay more for patina, what do you mean? Like
I'm talking about a rusty, crusty. The thing is sat in the sun. Right. Not a beach car. Right. Those are rusty. Okay. Yeah. That's a bad rust. Yeah. I'm talking about a sat in the sun outside, just the right level of rub your hand over it and make sure your tetanus shot's good, you know? Right. I'm not talking about like pulling pieces. It's falling off
as you're touching it. You touch it and the whole front quarter panel shatters or fender shatters.
Yeah. Oh Lord. Don't do that. That's a party foul.
Podcast foul.
Yeah. Well, you know.
But, you know, I think one thing that really, really inspired me, a piece of advice that I heard to get a car like this was, don't turn your nose up at the car that has 300,000 miles on it. Because if it has 300,000 miles on it, it's still driving, means all the problems have been worked out at that point. That means it's a driver. It wants to go.
It wants to go.
Everything that could broke has already broken, and it's gonna keep going on you. You know?
True. It takes maintenance to get up there.
Yeah. It
takes maintenance. It takes somebody who really should have said no a long time ago.
And cut their losses and turn the other way.
That's what drives this is somebody who should have cut their losses a long time ago. And didn't.
Yes.
And that's where we are.
Yes.
All right.
And on that bombshell.
Good night. Remember, look for your $500 keeper.
And love it.
No
matter what.